Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Puzzle Agent 2. I'm Xander77 and when we last left off, we were solving a puzzle to prove that there's room at Valdez Inn. Forum members, give me a second to find this. Forum members Dave and Valkyrie and Walrus Speed have in fact solved the puzzle. Davin gets full points, Voros only gets 2 points because he hasn't shown his work. Yeah, I'm nothing if not a math teacher. Well, you see the logic here. Maxwell has to be above LaRue, that's the first rule. Miss Dimpleton has to stay on the floor with more women than men, that means she has to be next to LaRue. The other two guys have to be next to each other, and there are only two rooms that are next to each other. And the last room has to be reserved for tethers. Simple enough. So, congratulations people in the thread. You're our first official puzzle solvers. All done. The how button basically repeats my own explanation just now. Pause if you need to read it. It's, once again, fairly simple, as our puzzle should be.
Well, isn't this embarrassing? That room is being, fumigated. Ghosts.
Ghosts?
No, not ghosts. The other thing.
Bedbugs?
Oh, heavens, no. Of course it's not bed bugs. It's, painters.
The room's being fumigated for painters?
Don't be silly, Agent Tethers. I mean to say the room's being painted. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to look somewhere else.
But it's freezing, and this is the only hotel in...
Yeah, no vacancies. You'll just have to go outside.
Well, that's disappointing. Can't we like solve another puzzle to stay here? Convince people?
Hello again.
Well, how do you do, Mr. FBI Man Tethers?
Well,
Nope.
Good night, Mrs. Garrett.
Stay warm, dear.
Nothing we can do but walk outside. Weird emphasis included.
Scoggins hasn't wasted any time making me feel unsettled and unwelcome. Tried to check into the hotel, only to be told there were no vacancies. Unless the town's become a tourist hotspot, the innkeeper is trying to hide something. Just heard something from the alley behind the hotel. The alley where I saw one of those creatures. I'm going to investigate.
Before we investigate that dark and terrifying alley and possibly meet our doom, let's go grab some gum. Priorities. Gotta keep them straight. Alright, now we can go die.
Oh, it's just the door.
Hey, Nelson, close the door. Way to be inconspicuous. Trained FBI agent, my ass.
The noises in the alley turned out to be nothing more sinister than a back door to a warm room for the night. There has to be a reason Mrs. Garrett doesn't want anyone to know I'm staying here. But that is a mystery for tomorrow.
And of course Nelson's room has gum stuck to the walls, very well cleaned, very hygienic.
I wonder if I could sneak this painting out in my carry-on luggage. For a second, I thought I saw someone on the street below. Probably just my imagination.
Okay, before we go to sleep, let's solve the optional puzzle.
Ah, a hidden people lamp to stare at me all night while I sleep. Comforting.
This is the introduction to the photograph arranging puzzle series. There are several of these in the game. You basically have to arrange the photos according to the tracks in the snow. So we have one set of tracks, then we have a couple of humans, then we have the snowmobile, and the creepy forest people following Nelson. Well done. An easy puzzle to solve, not necessarily easy as far as implications are concerned. The how button basically repeats my explanation. The footsteps in the snow are the way to solve this puzzle.
Well, that takes care of that one.
Alright, time to hit the sack.
It's clear now that the mysteries of Scoggins go deeper than the incident at the eraser factory. And I'm convinced I made the right choice to come back. Assuming, of course, I make it through the night. Huh?
Right, this is our next audience participation puzzle. We have to arrange the names of missing Scoggins residences. Oh, come on, spell check. According to the order in which they were kidnapped or gone missing. Good luck, people in the thread. Nah, gotcha.
It's no good. Someone knows I'm in town because I've just received a note. Isaac Davner does not exist. I won't have any idea what that means until I've gotten enough information to solve the puzzle on the other side. My first priority tomorrow is to take this note into town and find out what these names have in common.
I'm not entirely sure why the game dumps us outside when there's still stuff to do inside the hotel. I mean, yeah, we can watch the skier go by. We can see some new people to interact with. We'll interact with this guy at the end of the update and get some gum. I can't help but imagine Nelson doing some parkour moves to get all this gum, you know, animation limitations aside. One thing about the concept of having gum act as puzzles in the game bothers me. I believe there's actually more gum than you could possibly ever use, and it responds when you move from screen to screen. So basically you have endless hints, you just have to work ever so slightly to get them. I'm not sure about this.
This is everything I've been able to uncover about Isaac Davner. I'm positive he's at the center of all this, but how? I've been looking through these files for weeks, but I still can't see how everything is connected. Never thought I'd be looking at Scoggins again, but I can't leave until I've gotten to the bottom of Isaac Davner's disappearance.
See, the gum has respawned when you move from screen to screen, which is just odd. Not anywhere else though.
Hi, Mrs. Garrett.
Hello, Agent Tethers. I hope you had a good night.
I did, actually, thanks to a mysterious benefactor.
Oh, it's not that mysterious. I'm sure she just... I mean, Whoever it was just hated the thought of you being out there in the dark and cold.
Mrs. Garrett, was anyone pressuring you to keep me from checking in?
What? Oh, no. That business about the vacancies was just, a clerical error. Oh, silly me.
Well, okay.
It's just that some people don't trust outsiders because they see this town as a family. A brotherhood of Scoggins, if you will. But that's no reason to be inhospitable.
Is there anyone else staying in the hotel?
To be honest, no. Why do you ask?
Somebody left a strange note under my door last night. Couldn't see who it was.
Oh my, I was at the desk all night, and I didn't see or hear anyone come in or out.
Has anyone in town actually seen the hidden people?
Agent Tethers, that's just crazy talk. The only gnomes in Scoggins are the little wooden ones.
Speaking of that, what happened to your collection from the window?
Although, I sold them to that nice man Steve at the diner. Made a tidy profit, too.
Nobody's ever mentioned actually seeing one of the hidden people?
Oh, Agent Tethers, they're just stories people tell to make the long winters more interesting. Nobody really believes in that. Except that poor Bo Murphy, I guess. And Steve, over at the diner. Oh, and the Brotherhood, of course.
Have you seen Bo Murphy? The last time I saw him, he was in the alley talking to someone. I was hoping to ask him some questions about it.
Bo Murphy? Well, I haven't seen him in... Oh my, how long has it been since I've seen him? Must have been around the time you were here last.
That's been quite some time.
Mumbled something about going into the woods to finish a conversation. Haven't seen him since.
Did you file a missing persons report with the sheriff for Bo Murphy?
Oh my, no. I didn't even realize he was gone until you mentioned it. Bo was always a little unusual, even before he started talking about the whispers. I'm sure he'll be back before you know it.
I'm actually kind of curious about that hot dish I've been hearing about.
Oh, sorry, Agent Tethers. We really are out of the hot dish for real, I'm afraid. It's been a bad winter for moose meat, and the man who usually delivers the cilantro has gone mysteriously missing.
So long, Mrs. Garrett.
You stay safe out there.
So, about gum again. I pretty much have to imagine all the residents of Scoggins are chewing gum and sticking it to windows and walls, etc. whenever Nelson is not looking around. They basically assume he's going to pick up that pre-chewed gum instead of proper gum and mock him.
Excuse me. Daryl, was it?
Hang on, Hey, you're that FBI guy.
Special Agent Tethers, Puzzle Research Division.
Yeah, well, I've got a missing person case for you guys to solve.
The factory foreman?
That's old news. I'm talking about my brother Daryl.
Could you tell me more about your brother's disappearance?
We were out past Sesame Woods a couple of days ago. Daryl split off on his own because he said we were in Barrelope country.
Barrelope?
Oh, they're real. Don't doubt it.
And he was scared of them.
Scared? Nah, he went hunting for him. Haven't seen him since.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Daryl?
He's allergic to walnuts. What do you want to know? Not much to it, Mr. FBI. He went missing out past Sesame Woods, and somebody needs to go look for him.
Have you seen or heard from Isaac Davner since I left?
Who?
The foreman of the eraser factory. He went missing after the factory shut down.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, figures. People here go missing all the time.
good to know and or comforting.
Do you know anything about
Well.
the hidden people?
Great. My brother goes missing, and the FBI comes to ask me about forest gnomes.
You don't believe in them?
You should have come here earlier, when I was 4 years old, and listened to bedtime stories.
Yeah, totally different from jackalopes, I'm sure.
Where have you been putting up those flyers?
Forest people.
I've been given permission first. It's legal.
Need any help?
Sure. Federal tax dollars should work.
Right. So we have to distribute exactly 50 flyers while taking into account that the bandit, the flyer bandit, whoever or whatever that is lurking at one of the 3 locations marked with a question mark, and we're not sure which. So every fork in the road distributes the flyers into the 2 paths which it splits up, except for this one. This one goes straight down. You should keep that in mind. Good luck solving this puzzle, thread people.